I mean, really, it's with yourself. This relationship that you're talking about is with yourself. So it just appears that you have this relationship with another. So how you're responding to the other is something that seems like it's on the outside, but it's really what's happening on the inside. So the kindness that you would extend to another, the way you respond is, even though it seems like it's an outward movement, it's really something that's happening within you. And so how you meet yourself inside is how you're going to meet another. And it's not dependent on how they respond to you. How they respond to you is then another opportunity, when you have a response to that, to meet yourself. So if they're responding to you in a way that makes you feel like something comes up for you in response to what they said or how they're acting or behaving, and that's just a way for you can take a moment and just be with yourself in that, and how you're really, the dynamic is happening within you and how you respond to yourself. If someone is responding in a way that is charged or seemingly unkind, what happens for me is that I just, there's a moment where there's a reflection of, oh, that must really hurt. That must really hurt for them to act like that or to say that. There's something inside of them that's believing that to be true. And then there's just this pause of, well, what's true here? What's true right here? And the more that there's kindness within yourself and self-love and lack of self-judgment for things that you feel or the things you say, the more that you take that inner step inside and just hold yourself with kindness, the more that you're going to be able to do that for another, with another. And then you get to choose, you get to see if that's a relationship that is, if it's very important to you and you want to continue nurturing it, then give them the space to discover for themselves the same thing that you're doing for yourself. And then you meet in that place where both of you are learning to love your own selves, which is the same as loving each other. And since I'm not in a personal relationship like that right now, but I can remember that. But I have my teenagers who give me a lot of opportunities to give them space to find out for themselves, what's true for them, and just fill the environment up with love, with the love that you have for yourself and for the whole, for them being just the way they are, and even seeing, oh, that must really hurt. It doesn't need to be said, but this feeling like, oh, that gap within themselves is most likely bound to close on their own. They'll see for themselves, and a lot can happen when you're in an environment when there's so much acceptance and the holding of it being okay. A lot can happen. When there's not the feeding of drama or putting more fuel into something as if something was really wrong. If there's a thought that's happening with another, or they're expressing, something that they don't find okay with the moment, okay with you, okay with the moment, okay with themselves, right? That's just something that's going to spin itself out until it's done anyway. And within ourselves too. But when it's held with love and with kindness and with space, there's magic that can happen.
I see now that I was really asking about my ability or lack of ability to not react when what I consider negative energy coming at me, not being able to separate from that.
Yeah. Work on yourself, not reacting to negative energy within yourself. And take a backward step from your own self-judgment when it arises. And see if you can hold that in the spaciousness of love. Just allow it to be. And as that becomes more comfortable and more the norm for you, that you're able to be with your own self-judgments in a way that's allowing and kind, that's how it's going to be on the outside. It's inevitable. So when someone is having that, it's going to be a completely different response. Eventually, you'll see the other person as yourself. And there's nothing for you to fix. There's nothing for you to fix in here, and there's nothing for you to fix out there. Because it's okay just to let it be. And judgments and the energy that you're speaking of, it relaxes and eases with allowance. Everything does. And if it doesn't, it's okay. It's still spinning. Something is still spinning here or over there. And it's always going to be, spinning somewhere on the planet. I mean, not always, but it seems that there are always people who are going to be spinning in some kind of self-judgment or drama, at least for now. So when it gets met here, right, and if it starts to get to be met more in your intimate relationships, because they're also meeting themselves, let's say, and you get to have more of that easeful kind of relationship in your life happening. It's still going to be happening elsewhere, at the gas station, at the post office, with your friends, right? So when it's really met here and it's known to be yourself and all is welcome, that's what happens on the outside.